Thank you so much, everyone, for joining on time. It's a great pleasure. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So let me take you back for a moment. It's an interesting webinar. We have, SenseMate for a long time in doing webinars on different areas of tech. But today it's purely on an industrials, but it's more towards experience, lifestyle oriented environment. So imagine a situation like you're opening up a laptop and you want to book a weekend trip and visiting 4-5 website and open up like 17 different tabs and filter out few and forget to close one of those tabs and it's automatically gone and you're searching for it. After 45 minutes, you don't have anything in hand and book something which you already familiar. Hope many of you come across this in the past, but this is something 2026, it's completely different era where AI and technology transforming every industry, including experience industry like hospitality. So we have an eminent panel of people today. So they will be giving a full picture of how tourism industry is moving towards the trends and how technology is transforming. And we have an amazing use case also from one of our resource person. And even not only in the global tourism industry ecosystem of Asia and South Asian context or the global aspect, even the tech ecosystem from Silicon Valley and multiple places, we're going to dive deeper into an experience. Really, this is one of the unique kind of experience. So I'm looking forward to have an amazing panel discussion going forward. So this session have super important people today who have tons of experience on this industry. So let me have our first speaker for the day. Mr. Mohammed Hakim is a travel industry professional with hands-on experience for decades, and his tour operation and customer engagement and Mohammed bring practical insights to the travel business, and he can adapt and change how changing happening in the travel behaviors and trends. So he brings a huge amount of premium travel experience in a global perspective. So Mr. Mohammed Hakim, pleasure to have you on board, and over to you, sir. So let's give a complete vision of the industry. Over to you.
Thank you, Mila. Assalamu alaikum, and happy Eid to all those who have joined. And it's a pleasure to be part of this SenseMate group, bringing in the revolutionary processes and the expectations of the connected world through AI-enabled IoT applications. So I'm Mohammed Amin Hakim, an executive director specializing in luxury and concierge lifestyle for more than 3 decades. And I have an extensive background, very honored to have the exposure of delivering unparalleled luxury travel and lifestyle experiences to ultra-high network individuals, top-rank royals, dignitaries, Hollywood A-list celebrities, YPOs, which is a global chapter, and arranging from private jets, super luxury yachts, ultra-personalized itineraries, and certainly the automation. In this, I will use the word hyper-realistic world and hyper-personality human change for, you could say, more personalization and emotional services. The leverage of using, key strategies of acquiring effective luxury AI tools. It just enhances the overall experiences from pre-booking to the predictive technology usage, priority immersive previews, be it VR, visual reality, or augmented reality, and incorporates invisible service AI cloud platforms, as well as utilizing these days the AI agent, which is a computer program that handles end-to-end booking for complex multi-stop itineraries, tailored more to the likes and the preferences of our clients. This is, again, it eases up and gives a high-end travel experience, not only to the clients, but the preparation period for our team members. There are so many tools. The here is how to filter business intelligence out of information overload. And yes, the most important thing is the AI or the IoT, which is there for decades since 1950s. It all reacts, and the effective or impactful results are only with human intent. So we need to be very, you can say, sharp and curious that what words and prompts should we put in to get the right result, to make it more relevant, because the same information can differ with time if you put in generic questions. So again, I'm not going to discuss anything technical, but from the draft, how to analyze, evaluate, prioritize, and summarize how you build the structures. This will carry out in next sessions in other webinars, or someone who is interested can approach me personally. What I would want to give some examples is when we talk about revolutionizing travel trade, there are platforms and applications like Mindtrip. When it comes to the Arabic market, there is Layla, that's generative AI platforms for travel planning, enabling the travel trade to use and create and visualize and hyper-personalization of itineraries instantly. As we all know, the evolution altogether, AI to AI agent, and is automation, 24/7 availability of information, and there is no downtime. Even if somebody generally Googles from Google Gemini to any other search results, will give abundance of options. When it comes to air trade or airlines, that is the first and foremost for any travel trade, travel itinerary, travel program. Amadeus AI and Sabre, the distribution channels has really improved a lot. And with AI-driven booking engines, personalized offer generations, it gives the intelligence inventory of available options, how to reach to the destinations. Conversational AI platforms like Cognigi and Core are very sophisticated. Proactive AI agents, which is more than chatbots, capable of handling complex inquiries, as well as it has the voice interactive. Again, just to summarize, to generate effective, impactful actions, direct action verbs, words, or prompts is very important. That gets you the right result, which includes context, constraints, and desired output format. So, Miller, I will pass it to you again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hakim. It's a great pleasure. I mean, you set it up the stage properly. So one key element to navigate to the next step, especially the hyper personalization. So tourism, it's like a lifestyle. It's never like health or food. It's not something which is mandatory to have, but this is an experience. So people want some experience throughout the process. So for an example, the Red Sea International Airport, they're working on digital platforms to make sure you enter to the exit to the airport within 6 minutes. So every second counts. People want experience because the industry is running with a gamification mechanism where stars plays a major role. 5-star, 4-star, your entire industry will be demolished by a single half-star goes off. So it's a very, very critical industry, and it's completely on experience oriented. So hyper personalization and curating a plan according to the budget, according to their experience, it's it's real science behind, more than an art, it's a science. So to make it more hyper personalization, Mr. Hakim, thank you so much for the session you've done, and to accept our offer to participate today. I'd love to have one more amazing person, Mr. Harfa Mashli. So we want to know a little more deeper in terms of how this experience and conversation happens in the conventional way, how that can be practically the hospitality taking insights to conversation and commerce and converting that into a revenue aspect. So to I love to invite Mr. Arfa Mashli. Arfa is a tourism professional with a strong background of travel services and customer experience for decades, focusing on delivering personalized travel solutions and enhancing client satisfaction in a competitive markets like Middle East and the global aspect. So I think this is the best person in terms of hyper personalization aspect to talk about. Mr. Arfa, it's over to you. Take us with the journey of personalization.
Thank you so much, Miller, and it's nice to be part of this amazing webinar. My name is Arfa Mashali. I'm a rooms division and revenue management. I have more than 12 years experience in the hospitality industry across Middle East, Kuwait market, Egypt, and Dubai. Currently based in UAE, Dubai market. So today we are going to talk about the impact of the AI and in the hotel industry, and how we can generate or how we can drive our revenue and as well our operation through the AI. I have a quick presentation. Let me share it. First of all, we can talk about the trend. So there's a new landscape which is it was being generated or impacted by the AI. So in the hospitality industry right now, the competition, we are not anymore competing with the classic way, which is in terms of the performance of the neighbor hotels or what other hotels are doing in terms of occupancy or their revenue. But right now, the competition or the trend has been changed to the time of the response. Or how fast the team is responding to the inquiry or to the inquiry or any guest is asking about rates or availability or any additional service in the hotel. So the trend has been changed from revenue and occupancy to how fast or how speed the hotel team engagement and responding to the guest. So the guest also behavior has been shifted as well of navigating multiple websites and choosing out of 17 or 20 filters to a ChatGPT, an example, or Gemini, asking about what is the best hotel in this area, or design for me a package tour to Dubai or Bali or Maldives. So AI will start to design or give the flow for the guest for his trip. So similar as well, the guests start also to reach out the hotel through WhatsApp messages, an example. So if we don't have automated answers for this kind of messages, so that the speed of our engagement or our response to the guest will be less, which will give the opportunity to other hotels to grab this piece of business or to respond fast, and the guest will go for the one who answered him fast. So the guests always prefer or looking for an instant answer, which is this will give you the chance to secure the booking in a seconds. So if we don't, as a hotel team member, if we don't meet this kind of conversational space, we are not just on losing this lead. We're gonna give this guest to the other hotels, so we are going to lose. So this is a new trend out of research, like in terms of the AI and how we are measuring the competition in terms of the other hotels. And my second point, which is AI and driving revenue. So right now the trend as well, the most of the brands are shifting their ecosystem to AI system. So I have an example today, which is Wyndham brand. An example, it's one of the largest hotels worldwide. So they have created an AI tool or RMS system, which is revenue management system. It's powered by IDS and integrated with AI. So this system typically is we as a revenue leaders, we are providing some information like citywide events or what's gonna happen within this 365 days in terms of the events calendar. Then this AI will start to set up your rates either up or down based on the market performance, based on the concept that you gonna assign. So we are going to assign 4, 5, 6 hotels. This is our core hotels that we are computing with them, and the AI will start to drive your rates, and we are just only watching and monitoring. And of course, we have the privilege or the access to even to override this kind of decision, which is this kind of updates of technology will give us the dynamic pricing will be very fast, which is will help us to drive revenue, will help us to sell the right price at the right time to the right guest. So which is basically, this is the revenue management. Number 3, which is how we can generate or create a revenue opportunities out of conversational commerce. So by setting up AI or setting up automated chat platforms with like WhatsApp or chat box, this gonna give us an opportunity to personalize the service, personalize as well the upselling. So once a guest will start to say like, I'm coming for a honeymoon or vacation with my family. We are 2 adults, 2 kids. This is the age of the kids. So the tool itself, we're gonna customize the package or the room or the offer in terms of food and beverage or extra bed or early check-in or any such service to the guest. So here there is 2 things. AI gonna personalize the package, and this is actually based also on how we are going to set up the system and how we are going to update the AI tool from time to time to be updated based on our product. So the guests will start to chat and the AI will start to customize the revenue. So we are going to convert also our goal or in hotel industry from KPIs like revenue per available room to be a revenue per available guest. So there is many softwares actually right now has been implemented, and I have seen this across Dubai hotels right now in 2025 and right now. So it's once you will do check-in, there is a QR code in the room. You're gonna scan the QR code, then you will start to see the room service menu. There is AI chat box. You're gonna place your order for the room service, an example, and the AI will answer you. Or you would like to also to book any kind of a trips like shuttle service, so you're gonna chat with the concierge AI. So this kind of things as well, we gonna help us in terms of the operation. So the second part also of the AI, how we can benefit from the AI, which is the operation. So once we will have this, so 70% of our repeated guest inquiry or questions will be answered by the AI. So So what is the value of our team member then, the front office team or the reservation team? So they will have more chance or more time to focus on guests and focusing on creating more more service or personalizing or negotiating or enhancing the service quality while the technology or the AI streamline the inquiry and operational task. So AI, the advantage of the AI, it's a huge and big if we are going to invest at the right channel. However, I would like to leave a short thought about this, like what I believe, because many of us are thinking or believing that AI gonna replace the human, which is not at all true. So in the hospitality industry, what I believe, AI will not replace the human performance or the hoteliers, professionals, but professionals who understand how to work with AI, they will have the massive advantage in the future. That's all from my side. So I will be very happy to receive any questions about it. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Arafat. It's a great pleasure. It's a very comprehensive presentation. Thank you so much. And it's basically talking about one interesting point in the final note. Also, you highlight AI. One thing AI can't do at this moment, it's enjoy like us. It's experience like a human.
Yes.
Replicate human experience. It can replicate human workforce. It can't replicate human experience. Experienced human can convey that to another experience seeking lifestyle individual. So that's the importance of this industry. It has so much of human touch in throughout the process, but there are so much of inefficiency that can be optimized by AI. So definitely that's something you can highlight. And one more important point. So a couple of days back, Elon Musk said there's nowadays large companies who are without AI and very tiny 2-3 people's company with AI can compete and replace. It's applicable even for family offices where the family oriented companies running for generations even can be replaced with 3 people company. So AI definitely going to transform in any industry, especially in tourism. There's huge amount of experience. So thank you so much for highlighting all those points, and it's more productivity. And I'll get back and to showcase how this experience what Arafat shared, especially about how technology can take over. What are the examples? And we love to have one of the examples on this call itself. So we love to invite one of our entrepreneurs who are working on this tourism industry for a while. At the same time, he have amazing experience and having an interesting demonstration also. I'm more than happy to invite Mr. Alex Bainbridge is an amazing travel tech entrepreneur and CEO and CTO tech entrepreneur from Otora, a digital experience platform focusing on AI tourism experience. He's a founder of Tour CMS and one of the exciting earliest SaaS reservation platform and distribution platform builder, and which successfully scaled to exit. So very rarely companies nowadays is exiting. So it's a very successful entrepreneur for a very long time and deep experience in travel, e-commerce, AI, innovation. And Alex recognized a thought leader shaping the future of tour experience and smart tourism. Alex, take us with how technology can replace, give real world examples, what Hakeem and Arafat talk about, how the industry changed. Now you talk about how that change happens to tech and give us amazing demonstration at the end. Thank you so much. Take it forward. Stage is yours.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the introduction. Yeah, I'm one of the few people who still writes code, which in this AI world is something quite rare. I think I'm going to be a bit of a dinosaur quite soon. However, yes, I did. And I was very lucky to get my last exit that you mentioned, Tour CMS, which I sold in 2017, because that enabled me then to start thinking, what is the big technology that comes next? Which I saw as and still see as is AI. So I've been now working on AI in tourism and hospitality for 6-7 years, when most people started thinking about AI in 2023, 2024 as a result of ChatGPT. So I've kind of got a 5-year head start on everyone. So I just wanted to quickly contextualize what's happening in sightseeing. And sightseeing is different to hotels, because sightseeing, the product is changing as a result of AI, whereas in hotels, ultimately, the consumer, the guest, is still going to sleep on a bed. In sightseeing, that's not the case. In sightseeing, we're going to shift, and I'm going to talk about what that big shift is. So let's start with a big stat, which is that fundamentally consumers, which is the image that's on the screen from Focusrite, consumers are no longer starting at Google. Well, they are still starting. They're now scoring 36% of the market versus what used to be 50%. So a 14% drop in 2 years. And AI, generative AI, including sites and services like ChatGPT and Claude, have now gone from 0 to 15%. So the trend is clear. The trend is clear. Consumers are no longer starting at the big search engines. They're starting at their AI of choice. And that's where we are today. If you project that forward a little bit longer, we could see that different. Now, that is not the same in group travel. It's not the same in business travel. This is a leisure travel analysis. Group travel, business travel, always slightly different. So that's the reason why we have to get on with dealing with AI, because the very top of the funnel is shifting. It's no longer Google. So I'll show you this website in a minute in a demo, but Plan My Visit, which is one of my websites, what's unique about this? This website is not a website for humans. Let me say that again. This is not a website for humans. The very first call to action on this website is, I'm not a human, I'm an AI agent. What do I do? So we've now got on this website personal AI agents belonging to consumers signing up without their humans being involved. Say that again. Personal AI agents signing up without their humans being involved. This is completely groundbreaking. No one is, you wouldn't even think of running a service to design it for AI agents rather than designing it for humans. But that is what this website is. And if you go to the homepage of planmyvisit.2, you can see exactly how that is structured. But fundamentally, it's very, for me, who's been working in this sector for 25 years, it's just a little bit too scary, and I'm deep into it, to have this whole concept of what exactly is AI signing up for now. The only key thing is don't ask your lawyers, because I'm not sure lawyers will like the idea of AI signing up for things without the human's consent, but we'll park that issue for the moment. So that is where we're going to go. We're going to get to a stage where AI is signing up for services on behalf of the consumer, and that is novel. And the third kind of key area of change, in sightseeing at least, is the experience itself. So once you've got your AI to design some amazing experience, and you're now happily on your 5-hour tour, or you're in a city and you're walking around the city, the experience delivery is changing as a result of AI. So no longer may we have tour guides, although I expect there still will be human tour guides. We still need human connection when we travel. But where we're fundamentally moving towards is AI glasses and AI wearables. So in the UK, which is where I'm from, 60%, just under 2/3, 60% of adults wear glasses. So my expectation is in the next few years, all of those glasses will be smart glasses, in the same way that everyone's phone is a smartphone. And that means that consumers, guests, will be turning up to your hotel, will be turning up to your destination, and they will have smart glasses that are AI connected, in the same way that when they turn up today, they have a smartphone. So instead of consumers walking around with a smartphone, they'll have smart glasses, or potentially it might be other types of wearables. It might be earbuds. Some people are working on pendants. Some people are working on necklaces. Either way, it will be body-worn AI. And that completely shifts, because you as a consumer can then chat to your AI while you're navigating around a city. And that removes a lot of the friction from using that AI. And it just opens up a whole bunch of new opportunities in terms of how do we address consumers as they're walking around cities and rural locations, of course. So do expect that. There is a second thing which is impactful as well in some places, and that is the role of autonomous vehicles, because they also can be directed by the AI to provide services. So I'm not going to talk about that too much, but that's super interesting. So if you've got any autonomous vehicle projects, that's an integral part of where we're all heading towards. So I can do a demonstration, Miller. I can do a demonstration later, and I could just show you. I could show you this working if you want to see it working.
We would love to see. There is an amazing intro. So please take it forward, Alex.
Okay, so let me just share a different screen. Oops, if I can work this one out. Okay, so yeah, here we go. So hopefully you can see that now. So that is Claude.ai. So Claude.ai, ChatGPT, they both work roughly the same, in that these are assistants. What I mean by that is you as a human are engaged with the tool while you're using it, which is great. However, AI agents, which is what I just showed you, they will continue working behind the scenes in the background, and you as a human don't have to be present. But let me just show you what this looks like today. I should have typed that in before, shouldn't I? Rather than you guys all sitting there watching my nice slow typing. Okay, so this is nothing that you won't have seen before. You type in, you would have started designing an itinerary, but what's it doing? Hang on, there's all this stuff there's all this stuff animating on the screen. Oh, okay. So what we can do is this is using something called MCP, which is Model Context Protocol, and it behind the scenes is connecting through to different platforms and checking availabilities and putting together an itinerary for this visit to this museum. And that is, I mean, this from my perspective, this is quite interesting because it enables the connection between ChatGPT and Claude to your own existing technology platforms. And I just want to show you one thing. Ocean Village, Southampton, that's where I am. I'm right on the south coast in the UK. If anyone's been to the UK, sort of 70 miles from London. It's nice. I'm just going to say one thing. So what are my preferences? So this, by the way, what are my preferences? Okay. Okay. So this now says I'm in a wheelchair, which I'm not, but I am actually, according to my profile, I set it as being in a wheelchair. This museum visit has been designed around wheelchair accessibility. So when we talk about deep personalization, the key thing is you need to have preferences. So we, in my platform, Plan My Visit, which is a demonstration of it, we have 107 different preferences that relate to someone's travel profile. And all of those are used by the AI to personalize they personalize the visit, to personalize the hotel booking. We don't do hotel bookings, but they can be used to personalize hotel selection, room selection, seat selection on a plane, for example. So the key fundamental for personalization is preferences. And that is, I could do a lot longer demonstration, but I'm looking at the time. That fundamentally is the future of AI, is deep personalization, which I think a few of the other speakers have mentioned, and processes running in the background. So you not necessarily having to be logged into ChatGPT or Claude. And thirdly, processes running on your head using AI glasses, AI wearables, that kind of thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alex. I think this is amazing. So what you mentioned actually answered one of the questions. So these are questions coming from social media live. So people asking questions on that context, and you answer one of those, I believe. How to ensure the personalization goes beyond basic preferences and doesn't become repetitive or generic. I think you touch upon, you have considered more than 100 plus tags, which preferences of people. So I think we can give...
Let me answer that in 10 seconds. So the key change that happens in sightseeing is that we end up with product that is lovable rather than likable. So today in mainstream tourism, people design tours for popularity. They have to sell 50 people a day to fit in a bus. So it has to be popular. But what happens with AI, in the same way as when you listen to digital music, you end up with things that you like and nobody else likes, but that's great because you love it.
Exactly.
So preferences take us to tours and itineraries that are lovable rather than likable.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Alexander. It's an amazing use case, and the beauty of the demonstration, which is something available for everybody. So you demonstrate how the tools we're using are like toys, the capabilities, the laymen don't have the realization how far it can extend its capabilities. With OpenClaw and Claude, and what's the potential of personalization and doing things remotely. So that's the beauty of AI. It's available for everybody, not for one specific people. Yes, go ahead.
A 5-second answer. So we've now got 3. Well, I'm not meant to be announcing this yet, so I won't announce it. But we now have 3 OpenClaws in a row talking to each other. So we have the consumer's OpenClaw, which is a personal AI agent belonging to the consumer. We have our OpenClaw as the intermediary. And then we can also talk to a supplier's OpenClaw, which is an AI for the supplier. So the consumer can ask a question. Our AI can go, oh, that's best answered by the supplier. The supplier can answer us. We can tell the consumer what the answer is. So you might think, well, that seems like a lot of extra work. But no, what this enables is the consumer to get a proper answer. And it's really interesting. So we haven't announced that yet, but that's in our lab's experimentation at the moment.
Thank you so much, Alex. And it's always, we talk about how it's efficiency and optimize. And one thing there's in the question also, I think that's an amazing lead where we touch from here to the next speaker. Thank you so much, Alex, for your time and your demonstration. And especially, this is, as a technologist, this is where I put most of my energy and investment towards. Building a tech product, it's a no-brainer at the moment. It's been the struggle for the industry, for conventional or the traditional industries in like tourism and so more experience oriented. Building technology is no more an issue at all. Where people stuck, where the things are getting missed out, where the human experience part. The risk is always on that aspect, especially considering tourism industry. So we talk about the infrastructure, the luxury technology, capability of the tourism industry, how the opportunities are, then alpha take over, and talk about how AI can contribute. And now we see an amazing use case. And Alex demonstrated how things moving on. But I want to touch upon the personalization aspect and the experience aspect much more, because the risk is in all of this is basically the experience and the human touch. That's where everybody is concerning about. So how we can optimize in terms of booking, from in terms of the entire planning and everything. So it's like selling more than tech, selling a journey. So that's where I need Mujahid Hussain. So I'd love to have Mujahid on the screen. So Mujahid, thank you so much for joining this call, and it's an amazing session to have, and one of the most important point I want you to highlight and take it forward. And so Mujahid, basically a founder and a director of Neil Manel Excursion, and Mujahid specialized in designing impactful experience and learning and leadership programs for organizations, schools, teams worldwide. With strong focus on meaningful travel experience, he integrate education and leadership and development. So it's purely the human touch aspect of it, what AI can't 100% give at this point of time, the human aspect, the expertise, the experience, and basically a journey in the tourism industry. So allowed to have Mujahid Hussain to talk about journey that go beyond traditional travel with tech, but we are not losing the experience side of it. Over to you, Mujahid. Thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you, Mira. Thanks for that. And it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me. And it was wonderful to listen to the rest of the speakers as well. So thank you for sharing all that. A lot of value addition that happened there. So great. So just a quick bit about who I am and what I do. So just as Mira explained, I focus mostly on experiential travel. So when we say experiential travel, this kind of happens in different segments. One of the fundamentals, of course, we're looking at meaningful travel as well as leadership travel. So right now, I work with different schools, all right, from around the world, and we do programs for these schools. So these are ideally students. We start with students who are like 10 years old, all the way up to about 18, all right? So we have this age bracket that is traveling to a different country without their parents, with the teachers, just in a school group, all right? And in addition to that, you also have university students who travel for a specific purpose, all right? It could be education, it could be healthcare, it could be political sciences, it could be history, etc. The list goes on. So what I focus on right now is I work with a couple of companies, and my personal company, which is Neil Manel, as Bila mentioned, is in the early stages of business. So I've been in the industry for about 7 years, running outdoor education camps, we call it, and of course, experiential learning camps with these schools. Now, as once again, I keep pointing out, because Mira, you said everything that that kind of resonates with the industry that I'm in. As he already mentioned, every trip has a very, very deep human connection, whether it be with the cultural aspect or the learning aspect. It's still deep. It comes in the facilitation, it comes in the experience, the smile, all that, all right? So I think a lot of people these days, I mean, you guys are experts in AI, all right? Way more than me. So a lot of people these days, the question that you kind of ask is like, is AI gonna kind of take over my job? You know, that's the biggest fear that is going on these days. But I think coming in from our trade, especially in experiential travel, I've started asking the question on how AI can start helping me, because that human touch is something that is, of course, not present as well. But I think I've realized one particular part, all right? So in experiential travel, I like to call it like the booking isn't just a transaction, it is the start of a relationship. From then onwards is when you have your discussions with the schools, you learn whether the students can swim, whether they want to surf, you know, there's so many details that go on. And since we work with schools, the details need to be on point, especially in terms of allergies, in terms of swimming capabilities, in terms of medication. All that needs to be on point so that we know exactly what we are to handle with the students that are arriving. So the biggest challenge, as you can notice when I'm speaking, is the information gathering bit. And this is currently in my personal business, as well as in the companies that I work for, are done through, as you already know, lengthy forms. All right, you have Google Forms, you got filling all your dietary requirements, you got, you know, filling all your capabilities, and of course through other forms in terms of emails, which, as you can imagine, is something that is very, very time consuming and tends to cause a little bit of friction. All right, some clients do not like to respond continuously to the same email. You know, you're asking questions, and this is an area that I feel I've started to realize there's a little bit of a friction. Once again, this is something that I'm going to leave to the panel at the end of my talk, is the fact that I am currently in a phase where I'm trying to bridge this gap. So if AI can handle the initial part, or we call it the discovery phase, together with the client, that gives me a lot of time, effort, and ability to bring in that human aspect and the human element into the program, which is the leadership and the learning side of things. But right now, we do have a lot of effort that goes into the start. So asking the right questions would be definitely something that is key if we are to bring in the AI for the initial bit of the discovery phase. And of course, for the responses also need to come in together with that human touch, because like I said, the booking is not just a transaction, but that it becomes the beginning of a relationship that I'm going to have the school, the university, the teachers that I'm coordinating with. So automating things, like for an example, if it's automatically able to recognize that there's going to be a bunch of 60 students who are traveling over for an educational program, and then we require, let's say, 3 buses or so. So the logistics bits can also be sorted, the smaller bits of logistics, where I can kind of oversee the elements and make sure that they're on point. I feel like that will be a really, really good point coming into the experiential learning side of things. And I'm definitely a future believer that tech will be able to remove, which I call the boring parts of the travel trade, which is the organizing and getting the information back and forth, that phase. If that is something that AI can take over, I feel like it will be a very interesting bit for me as well. So I'm excited to learn more from the panelists, definitely on their thoughts and ideas as well. And definitely, Miller, you mentioned earlier about with a small team being able to take over larger companies. All right, I think I can agree on that, and I'm on the same page, because as like I said, my business in an early stage, right? So it gives me a lot of flexibility in order to bring these in, experiment them, try it, see how it works, and then take it from there, rather than risking out a bigger loss when I have a big organization that's already been passed down by a generation or so. So it just allows the young businesses, young teams to give that trial and see how it is. So thank you very much. This is my thoughts and ideas on how I feel, but I really appreciate it and excited to hear what you have to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mujahid. It's an amazing pleasure to listen to you. And the way you handle the way you understand as human and another human, it's the key of in this industry, and making it more scientific and more efficient, eliminating the boring stuff, the repetitive stuff. Technology is just a tool. It's never been a mainstream industry ever. From the point of we inventing the wheel, the technology started. So and it's always a tool. It's never been a food. It's never been the dress. It's never been the health sector. So tourism is a sector. Technology always a tool. It's just improving. So still we are walking. We never eliminate walking since the beginning of the wheel invention. So it never replace the human. That's our thoughts also different, but it's improve the way it's operating. So we have touched an amazing chain thoughts from the beginning. Hakeem talked about how the industry is preparing itself for digital transformation, and how the luxury and the experience is combining, and technology, how it's taking over, and all those aspects. Then Arfa coming to the pool, and it nailed it in terms of how AI can transform, and giving real examples and perfect points on initiate what Mujahid finally talking about, how it won't be replacing human, but it will be making improvement. And Alex touched upon a super important point. Technology, it's not something like an alien aspect or UFO which we don't understand. How easy it is to access. Everybody have access for tools that can be integrated with AI. So you don't need separate apps. You don't need separate training and capacity building to use technology at this aspect. And it demonstrated how it is and how easy it is. And finally, all the tech, it's not replacing human. That's one of the most important part. And it cannot be replaced by AI in one element, that is, as human beings, what we have, the experience and the emotion and the love we are having again towards the journey what we are looking for. So we cover all the aspect of tech, but this particular industry, so everybody talking about how funding comes into AI and people moving toward data centers, investing on energy towards AI support aspect. So it's all happening in the global market, especially from Silicon Valley. So we thought it better to have a Silicon Valley aspect and an investor's perspective on this industry who are investing heavily into it. So allowed to have a veteran entrepreneur, our very own Ruben Kanavati Pillai, a veteran entrepreneur with $1.3 billion exit, for a tech entrepreneur with more than 80 plus investments in the industry. So I love to have Ruben on board to give a holistic perspective whether tourism AI is investable and why. So I love to have open up the discussion from that point. So Ruben, over to you.
Thanks, Miller. Thanks, everybody. I've been listening to it in the background. It's a busy world in Silicon Valley, California. Always you are running into 5 meetings and trying to pick up what you can do. But with AI, I am already getting summaries here and there, what is happening. So the important part of it, what we have seen in that the over technology transformation over, because I've been in this Silicon Valley for last 32 years. So I have seen all the different technology transformation. What it has always done from a technology transformation is taking the old world, old technology, old market, and transforming from efficiency, ease of accessness, and ease of utilizing part of it. And that is what technology does. Technology does not replace people, but it replaces the whole industry with new way of people able to access. Earlier, if you think about, mainly let's focus on the travel area, a lot of people have been, the rich of rich can access all these places. They can go to Sri Lanka, or they can go to Middle East or Africa, and then they have to find all these agents and all that. But the personalization, what do you like, doesn't get reflected on those kind of research, because they do a group thinking and all that. What AI has brought into this area is personalization. Individually, each one of you have this preference, this kind of food, this kind of places you want to see, this kind of things you want to do activity wise and all that. So that is what, so when I roll back our investment thesis and the technology transformation, where till now from the AI, it's the tip of the iceberg, where they have invested in the data center, they have invested. Now it is the place, like people like you guys who have in the industries, like we are working on medical industry, we are in different. The tourism is a huge industry for many countries. So how do you connect them and personalize them? Because I remember one of my startup sold a lot of product to Kayak. I don't know if you guys know Kayak. It was like Expedia. They used to personalize, people can go buy airplane ticket, and it can optimize and all those different part of it and give them the value. Still, it's a group thinking. It is not individual thinking. And so we have gone through that. What we see, it is like precision medicine. It's going to be precision travel, where you and your family, what you want to do, and you give the budget, you give the amount. So what I am enjoying from a Silicon Valley point of view is, how do you connect those industry thought leaders who have idea, or individual people who can, I think, Muzarin, you talked about how you take a small business, you go after $1 million or $1 billion company and able to even do that, because you offer that uniqueness. How do you offer that uniqueness? That is interesting. Now they're called AI agents. So you can have 10 agents running simultaneously, giving you value. Your thing is you are a orchestration of all of these things, and sit back and enjoy. And then people can do a conversation, with that tool in a real time. and it can be in any language. So many of these options coming into our industry. So earlier the technology was very vertical, very narrow and all that. What AI has brought with this natural language processing, with voice and video and all the multimodality and all that. So that is where we see as an investor, we see as an entrepreneur, opportunity for all of you guys to say, okay, you can go to cloud or you can go to somewhere and say, and in a natural language, you can write what you want to do. It will spit out an agent for you. And based on that, you can optimize it, you can run with it. So the important part of it to here is, in my opinion, is take it from how do you do personalization where individual people are satisfied. The second one is efficiency, because when you want to plan and when you want to do, like your city is sleeping in a bed and you are not able to sleep, and now you want to ask text and say, okay, I want to travel somewhere, how do I do that? Or then you get the responded on that part of it, how do you do that? So all of these can be done together. So what we see in Silicon Valley is, till now the infrastructure AI investment has been significant. Now people are asking, how are we going to make money? And this is one of the industry I think we are going to able to optimize, use that able and pay back some of those money we are spending on AI infrastructure, and able to do that. So I'm so happy all of you guys joined us in this forum, but I think it is going to be the beginning of the growth. Thanks, Miller.
Thank you so much, Ruben. It's a great pleasure to have you as always, and it's an amazing session. We come to the end, but it's really a worth session to wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning in Japan and having a conversation against AI versus human experience. And this is a worthful session to have a discussion with the right people, with the right pool of people. And we complete everything from the beginning of the industry to complete how the industry is moving towards tech and the investment pooling in and human experience, the potential of AI. And we saw a demonstration. It's a full-fledged session to complete with. So to conclude, I have one final thought. It's a recent chat discussion happens on the platform X. So the Anthropy CEO launched the recent Claude Cowork framework was 100% made by Claude Code itself. AI built the entire platform. So there is a engineer from India. He asked a question, then why your platform hiring hundreds of people? The instructions must be come from people still. Code can be generated, it just pixels. So that's how the CEO of Anthropy respond. So the prompt, we need engineers. For the prompt to build the right thing with the human experience, we need human engineers. To be human, it's our job at this point of time. Being human is the important part at this point of time, because the rest, AI taking over. So let's working on that. So, and this is an industry where you can't replace human. It's all about experience. AI definitely need human experience to feed to AI to learn. So it's an amazing journey. Thank you so much to have me as a moderator today to listening to all of you gentlemen. And it's great pleasure to have you all, and looking forward to work with everybody. And thank you so much for sticking with us. And let's have an amazing journey ahead. So let's build something experienceful. Thank you so much, gentlemen, and thank you so much, audience, for joining. And as I mentioned, this recording will be there tomorrow morning with everyone else. So see you soon, next webinar series. And yeah, final thoughts. Yes, Hakim, anything to add? We have a quick, I can consider maybe a minute or two if you want to add anything.
Yes. Yeah, just to add up a few vital signs of being human.
Sure.
That from the time, as you rightly say, that it all depends on human intent and human content.
True.
That has developed and got stockpiled, and that is where the action and the reaction of what words and what prompt you raise, that it answers. So, and with the hyper movement of everything, hyper reality, of human instinct, it is more perishable than fruits and vegetable.
Definitely.
On the time of foundation of knowledge, I mean, as me being Muslim, I keep on saying that the first word that got revealed in Quran, in single word, read or recite. So it sums up the entire .com, which is a parallel world. So it is, the main earth remains as is, but the parallel world is developing. So even the power of guidance that has enhanced and has become more effective. And it's a human nature that we need to learn from cradle to the grave.
Definitely.
Can I just add one tiny comment?
Sure,
Which
Alex.
is when people talk about the value of humans in the tourism sector, it's completely different in different markets. So in some markets, the labor cost is low, and therefore you're not going to replace humans because there's no need to replace humans. In other markets, the labor cost is high, and therefore you're like, okay, we can be more efficient here. So it's a very market, and in some markets it's role specific. So can you have a senior hotel manager available at 3 a.m.? Well, yes, you can in a 5-star hotel, but not in a 3-star hotel. But with AI, you can. So it's very, very market and role specific.
Definitely. And that's a huge conversation we have to have. And this is something we also believe for sure. And thank you so much, everyone, again. And it's an amazing pleasure to listen to you all. And there are a lot of things to discuss, and we'll keep it forward with the trend. So thank you so much, and have a great day. Good evening, good night, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.